but majority of musical bridges audiences are children. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the final concert of Musical Bridges 23rd season. What a year has it been! We've learned so much. We've served you throughout the year. We never canceled any program. For this last concert of the season, we decided to show you our programming for children in San Antonio. Musical Bridges works with children through 3 programs: Kids to Concert, Musical Sprouts, and Gurwitz Youth Ambassadors. You will get a glimpse at these 3 programs firsthand. How they created, what materials they're using, and their impact on the community.
Welcome to Kids to Concerts and Musical Sprouts. I love Musical Sprouts. I want to learn more about the balalaika. I've never met someone from Russia before. I would love to visit Japan. I want to jam flamenco. I would like to learn more about the sister cities. Stay tuned to see new performances by the Gurwitz Youth Ambassadors.
The country I come from is Algeria. The language I speak is Berber. Ismil Iman Usiltigzea.
My school kids speak 50 languages. And my school kids, during the Parade of Nation, they'll come out with their flags, and some people will come up to the stage and speak about their country.
My favorite thing about seeing everybody come together was seeing all the sister cities come together and all the countries come together. The coolest thing I saw about everybody coming together was seeing all these cultures synergizing and working together.
I am from Malaysia. Kids should know about different cultures until kids could travel around the world and experience new things. It is important for kids to know about other people's cultures and to be respectful.
It is important to learn about other cultures because it is good for all people to know that we are different, but we are more alike than we are different. On behalf of thousands of other students like me, we want to thank the sponsors of Musical Sprouts and Kids to Concerts. Thank you for bringing this program to our schools.
Kids to Concert is the oldest program of musical bridges around the world. The program started very small. Our guest artists at the time mostly were family members, and so we performed for general public as well as for some San Antonio children. And the name Kids to Concerts came from the fact that children were walking into performance space, as our first location was Mexican Cultural Institute located in Hemisphere. Few years later, we had to expand the program in order to increase its impact. We were getting many calls from schools asking for this program, and the space would not be able to accommodate more than 100 children at a time. So we went to the schools. Through this program, we introduce children to faraway culture. We bring our award-winning musicians from around the world. We present 5 different cultures a year. Each group travels to more than 10 schools during the visit to San Antonio. Children experience firsthand bright performances of expats from cultures from around the globe. We presented Syrian musicians, Israeli musicians, Russian, Spanish, and the list would go on and on and on. Russian Ensemble Barynya is an old friend of our organization. They've been performing for San Antonio children for years in the past. They used to come here in the bright costumes with the many professional dancers and perform for children as well as teach a little masterclass. How do you dance Russian dances? During the pandemic, we had to move our programming online, and our friends at Barynya kindly recorded first virtual performance for us from their home in New Jersey. The children in San Antonio were treated to brilliant performances recorded specifically for us during the pandemic. More than 18,000 students watched this performance at home.
Traditional dance from the Volga River region of Russia. Volga is the longest and widest river in our country. You will see the dance that is called Barynya. Please repeat after me now. Barynya. Very good.
Russian traditional dance Barynya.
Русский народный танец барыня.
This season, we introduced San Antonio children to our sister cities from around the globe. 11 sister cities participated in this program. San Antonio children met mayors from these cities, as well as musicians. The program was titled "We Shall Overcome," and the final performance was a piece created by San Antonio composer Prado and performed from living rooms from 11 different parts of the world. This project was done in partnership with San Antonio Office of International Relations, and we hope our children in San Antonio, when they will grow up, will want to participate in this wonderful relationship. Many children participating in today's performance are immigrants from other cultures. San Antonio demographic is continuing to change. More and more expats from different cultures from around the globe move to San Antonio because we live in a beautiful city. It is our job at Musical Bridges to provide relevant programming to all of the people who come here and for us who are here. We build bridges between different cultures. Musical Sprouts program was born out of the conversation with 3 teachers from Southwest School District. They approached us and told us, Musical Bridges administration, you've been bringing to us this fabulous Kids to Concert program for years. You've been bringing musicians from different cultures, dressed in wonderful ethnic costumes, teaching children different languages, talking about different cultural aspects. If you could attach a curriculum to these concerts, that would be to great value to our schools. In our school district, children don't get to travel much. All they know about the world is what they learn from the TV, and as we know, TV news are normally negative. We want to raise citizens of tomorrow who are respectful and understanding of other cultures. This is how Musical Sprouts was born. We have hired a group of local teachers, curriculum writers, and started with one school. The results were fabulous. Schools started contacting us. Everybody wanted the program. So we expanded to 3 schools. One of Musical Bridges board members, Dr. Awolda Ramos, really believes in education. She initiated partnership with UTSA. The research is about how teaching through arts and music improves overall learning.
Many of our kids have never been exposed to anything other than Devine, Texas. And as great as Devine is, as good a place it is to live, it doesn't show these kids what they need to know to be successful in the world. They need other experiences. That is what Musical Bridges brings to our kids.
This whole little area is predominantly Hispanic. And so economically disadvantaged here at Price Elementary, we're 98%.
We have the demographics of students who are economically disadvantaged, over 60%, but then we also have students who are coming from various other backgrounds, higher socioeconomic status. But within each of those groups is a cultural melting pot of over 23 languages spoken at home here.
Whenever I teach a lot of my kids, they ask me, where am I going to use this? Why am I learning it? With Musical Sprouts, I am teaching them math, I'm teaching them science, I'm teaching them all different, straight across 4 different subjects and relating it to real world.
Musical Sprouts last year changed our school for the better. I've seen my teachers change. I've seen them change how they think about STEAM education.
I had one a while ago just told me, I wish we could get further into it. So can we adopt this curriculum as our state curriculum? So we want stuff like this that are more interactive.
The brightest, best moment of that was when the Japanese artist, when he was playing the ghost flute. I think the sound really spoke to me because the resonating slow notes, it made me feel at peace with the world.
I'm reading a book about Mother Teresa, and she went to India to live there for a little bit. I finally just figured that out.
I hope it grows to where this is something that every school is going to want to put in place.
I would like to have it replace our current social studies curriculum. Is that terrible to say that? Okay, scratch that. Scratch that. I just love it so much. I think we should be teaching like this all the time.
Kids are going to learn 3 countries a year. And then next year they're going to move up and in 4th grade and they're going to learn another 3 countries. And then 5th grade another 3 countries. So by then they'll have learned 9 countries in elementary.
It's helping students learn how to be around others, and not just the word tolerance, but acceptance, and being able, the word used earlier was compassionate about the differences going on and thinking on a global level, and getting students to think bigger than their little world.
It could build compassion, not like Martin Luther King said, you do not want to segregate. Like you don't segregate. So that's basically separation based on race. So this is basically race and culture. So if you separate based on culture, if you listen to this, you can understand that these people have feelings too. They are not demons, they are humans. I must show compassion. They can become my friends.
Last year, Musical Bridges was absolutely honored to receive High Impact Grant from San Antonio Impact Foundation. This grant allowed us to expand Musical Sprouts from 3 schools to 10 schools, and from 3rd grade only to K-5 grades. More than 6,000 children benefit now from this program, and we're looking forward to growing this program nationwide. The biggest invention of this season was an ebook, which became a resource not only to San Antonio students now, but to children throughout the nation. Each culturally specific book includes 5 lessons and a music performance. It also includes a big list of resources families and teachers can use at their own discretion. This is Japanese ebook. Please meet Nikki. Miki is from Japan, and she's going to help us to learn more about Japanese culture. This school year was challenging for musical bridges as well to all of the children in our San Antonio school. There were no in-person learning, everything had to go virtual. As soon as COVID started, we moved all our educational programs online. 3 different segments that normally would be presented live at the schools were offered virtually.
Every musical Sprouts ebook starts with culturally specific concert. For Journey to Japan, we invited a member of Silk Road Ensemble and Japanese musician Kaoru Watanabe to put a fantastic performance for us.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. That means good morning in Japanese. Why am I speaking Japanese? Because we are going to talk about Japanese culture and especially Japanese music today. My name is Kaoru Watanabe. I live in New York City and I play Japanese drums, percussion, and flutes, and I'm a composer as well. What are some of the images that come to mind when you think of Japan? We have Mount Fuji, sakura, cherry blossoms, sushi, ramen, a lot of different types of food comes from Japan, sumo wrestling, samurai, warriors, painting of different types, tea ceremony, flower arrangement, and of course, there are many different types of traditional Japanese performing arts, which I would like to spend some time sharing with you. A really cool thing about studying Japanese music is a thing called kuchi shoga. It's a way to sing the part of the instruments to actually learn the melodies, to learn what to play. For example, if my taiko teacher wanted to teach me a song, they would sing the rhythms to me, and I would sing the rhythm back to them in order to really understand what the sound is supposed to feel like, the groove is supposed to feel like. When the teacher wants me to play one note, he or she might say, don, which I think you can imagine what it sounds like, right? Don, don. Try sing that. Don, don. You might have a soft hit. Tsu, ku, tsu, ku. If it gets fast, it might be hard to say don, 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 don. So instead of saying don, 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 we'll say doro, 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 don. Doro, 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 don. Try that. Doro, 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 don. Doro, 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 don. When we hit the edge of the drum, which we would say ka. Let's try that. Ka. Or kara, 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 kara. Make sense? We also have one more very important sound, which is su, S-U. Let's try that. Su. That's my favorite sound. It's the sound of silence, right? And it doesn't really make a lot of sense to just say su and move your arm like that. It doesn't make sense without context. So, saying it within a phrase, try repeating after me. Don, don, su, do, don. Don, su, don, don. Make sense? So, I thought it'd be fun to show you a piece using both kuchi shoga and then actually playing it. To see how those two fit in together. This piece is called Yatai Bayashi, and its origins is a city called Chichibu in the Saitama prefecture. And every year in December, they have a festival called Chichibu Yomatsuri.
Gurwitz International Piano Competition takes place every 4 years, and it's sort of an Olympics of piano. Best piano players from around the world fly to San Antonio to compete live in front of San Antonio audiences. Gurwitz Youth Ambassadors is a group of local children inspired by this big international piano competition. While Gurwitz International Piano Competition takes place once every 4 years, the Gurwitz Youth Ambassadors group functions on an ongoing basis. They perform many times a year in different venues and organizations throughout San Antonio. What a wonderful opportunity this program gives to local piano students. We are blessed with many wonderful teachers in San Antonio and many very talented piano students. Gurwitz Ambassadors participants have really invested in practicing piano. They're passionate about music. This program gives them an opportunity to share their love of art with community at large. It sort of builds a bridge between these children and senior centers, schools. It gives them an opportunity to experience firsthand incredible impact the art has on people's lives.
The Gurwitz Ambassadors, it's a place where you unite with other pianists around San Antonio, Texas, the region, and you would play around nursing homes, concert halls, and play in front of the audience and see their smiles and just their reactions. It's an amazing thing. I got into Ambassadors after playing an audition and playing in front of 3 judges, and I had to explain what my piece was, the backstory, how it happened, what it is. Music has impacted me in every single way. It made me who I am. I love the music. It sometimes hits my heart, it's my soul.
Music impacts me really deeply and emotionally. Sometimes I can't find a way to express my emotion. through music, I also like incorporate how I feel, and I just feel my soul out. I attended the Gurwitz in the Tobin Center last year, and it just really inspired me to play piano even more vigorously and more like for longer periods of time, as I want to compete in it sometime too. It really inspired me to do that. And I want to thank all the supporters and members of the Gurwitz because they just help me so much, and it's just amazing. Practicing or studying my school or something like that, I love to write. I have a little series going about a precocious little girl growing up in the 1970s on a big ranch in Texas. And I've had that story going for a few years now. It's a little short series. And yeah, so I love to write in my free time. It's just whenever I get a chance. Performing at nursing homes through the Gurwitz Ambassador program. And talking to these residents, it's really a beautiful experience to hear them talk about telling me, oh, this brings me back some memories of my mom. She played this piece, and it's just like to see them light up, and it's just a really neat experience. And I think that music definitely has a very positive effect on people, especially classical music. I think it brings them back many memories and just a lot of emotions.
During this extraordinary year, the need for educational programming was incredibly high. We were contacted by many teachers and educators asking for help. We were very fortunate we were able to continue serving our community.
I want to thank you guys for watching. See you next time.